The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Know about you, but through Christ I can do all. Stand up tall with my left foot, post up on the wall. Easy if we fall in the streets, life can get hard. Streets used to be a lot different from what man recall. Me a aim for my post like a soccer ball. Feel run the road that don't need a map at all. Babylon them want to hold me with a strap at all. But man a liar, me no Cancer nor Capricorn.
Don't they want to see me fall? I'm gonna be okay. Though my back's against the wall, I'm gonna be okay. They fighting me now. I'm gonna be okay. Jehovah eyes are watching me now. I'm gonna be okay.
Welcome to Hope in the Six. I'm your host Eddie Martinez, and today we have the lovely Brooklyn. Welcome, Brooklyn.
Hey, what's going on?
Let them know about yourself. A bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Brooklyn. Also, my real name is Charnette. Yeah, so people call me Brooklyn. I'm a host for Worldwide Entertainment TV for Brooklyn's Tea Talk, and I'm a community activist as well.
Okay, so we're gonna go to a video clip, and we'll be back. Hope in the Six.
Everyone, it's the one and only Brooklyn, and I'm here to bring to you Develop Me Youth presents Enough is Enough, going down on October 20th. What I need you guys to do is to come out and show your support. If you have had enough of all the senseless crimes and violence that's been hitting our streets and our cities and our communities, I need you to come out. Stop talking about it and let's be about it. No more. I have had enough, and I know you have had enough. Everyone speaks about it, but they don't act on it. They say that they're going to do something, but at the end of the day, it's our youth that are dying.
Gun violence has been an issue front and center on the campaign trail. So far this year, Toronto police say there have been at least 320 shootings so far. And citizens tell us they're hoping whoever ends up leading the city come Monday, that they will have the answers to help get the problem under control.
This is for you guys. Just to give you guys a little knowledge, there was 84 killings from January until now. We have 84, and out of those 84, 50 of them are our youth. So they're dying across the GTA. It's not just in Jane and Finch, it's not just in Regent Park, it's not just in Scarborough, it's everywhere. So it's time for us to take a stand together as a community and say enough is enough.
Wow, very powerful. Shout out to you for that.
Thank you. That's like my second time ever seeing that, so that's like crazy.
Right. So what happened? What made you say enough is enough? Talk to me about that.
To be honest with you, in 2009, I lost my boyfriend, Kamal Hercules. He was dear to my heart. And then in 2013, I lost my 16-year-old cousin, O'Shea, and his friend Kwame. They both died on August 23rd. After that, it was like almost every week or every other day, it was like somebody was dying, that either somebody that I knew or somebody that I associated myself with. And then when it really hit me was when my close friend, his name was Lewis, he died on September 2nd at my ex-boyfriend's memorial. And right there, when I seen his aunt I seen her on a bus trip, and I went over and I hugged her and I talked to her and I told her, like, your grandson was an amazing person, and you know, all she wanted was justice. Right. And I could see it in her face that she was hurt because she knew that he wasn't that type of person to be in the streets like that. So when I seen that, I sat down and I thought about it, and I called Louis Murch. As you guys know, he's from Zero Gun Violence. I called him and I said to him, I said, yo, enough is enough. I want to do a peace rally to bring all our youth together to stand firm against the violence that's going on in our city.
Right. That was very big. And I first met you there. That's why I met
Yeah.
you. I was like, all right, this young girl is powerful. You know, and me and a guy that I work with, shout out to Jason Fresh. He do bar for bar segment on this show. But I spoke to him. I said, we need to find a girl that's like us. You know what I'm saying? Like a female version. You know what I'm saying? And when I met you, I'm like she's like the female version of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, just the passion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
seriously.
you know, like the drive and the energy and all that.
Yeah.
You younger. You know what I'm saying? But you got that energy and that fire which people need to see. So we have older women doing it, and we shout out to them, right?
Yeah.
But young people need to see young people.
Facts.
If they don't see that, then they're gonna feel like, that's old folks. That's my mama all over again.
That's
you know
facts.
They need to see their sister standing up. And so when I see you, I'm like, here we go, Jay. We got somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this been in the making a long time for you to be here. You know what I'm saying? But we
Facts.
finally here. Enough is enough. So now you called some people to get involved. Tell me who were involved. You know what
I'm part of I work with and part of Develop Me Youth, which Aretha, one of my dearest friends, my best friends, I should say, she actually, that's her organization. So when it first came about and I came up with the idea, my boy Spin, I know you know Spin, shout out to Spin, one of my educators, he actually let me know when we were at a meeting that, you know, the best bet, because it's only me, the best bet is for me to partner up with an organization so that we can get our name out there and get it done. So that's why we said, okay, you know what, I'm part of Develop Me Youth. Why don't we put that to the forefront? So that's how it came about.
Let's get some more photos up there. I see the youth putting up some signs and walking. It was just powerful, you know.
Yes, and they were actually when we were chanting and we got people on the streets involved, and people stopped and people honked their horns, and it was a real good look. And the fact that we got the youth out was one of the things that touched a lot of people, because they were like, yo, first off, how did you get the youth out on a Saturday? You know, and it was freezing, and the fact that they were out there giving their all, I really greatly appreciate them.
Right. That's so powerful to see young people. Because I ain't never see that before. You know what I'm saying? You see old people marching and stuff, but I seen an army of some young folks, younger than me. It's like, whoa, this is good. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep that going on. But we have to continue now, we talking about Dear Black Men. That's now what we're focusing on, right? Dear Black Men.
Yes.
So bring up, talk to me about that a little bit.
Okay, so I came up with Dear Black Men because there was a series of violence that was going on in the city. And it was one of those things where, you know, I had a conversation with one of my close friends, Jada Man. And, you know, when I came up with the idea, I basically said to him, I said, you know what, I'm tired of this. I went on my Instagram and I do like the Brooklyn rants, and I basically said, Dear Black Men, I'm tired of this. We as women, we can speak to the young men as much as we can and as much as we want to till death. You know, you already know what time it is. And then I feel like when it comes to men, you guys are way more disciplinary. You guys are the disciplinary. You guys are the protectors, the providers, and things like that. So I looked at it like we as women, we're always going to have a soft spot for our men, our boys, and our youth, period. So as much as we know the bad things that they're doing, we're still going to say, okay, you know what, that's my son, that's my brother, that's whatever. But with the men, you guys are way more stern. So I basically said, you know what, it's time that we have the local heroes stand up for their communities and say, you know what, enough is enough. Dear Black Men, we have to do better.
That's powerful. And we do got that clip, the little ranting clip you were talking about. We're gonna play it, man, because we're going to highlight you and show you in action. God. But it was good. It's actually needed. But I do like the title, Dear Black Men. Talk to me about the title a little bit, Dear Black Men.
Dear Black Men is something that, it's like when you're writing a letter to somebody, the word dear is like, you know, to me, it's like I'm writing a letter to you to show you how I feel, to express my emotions, to let you know what you're doing to me. And I feel like just letting them know, Dear Black Men, we're tired of it. You know, at the end of the day, it's like we need you. We want you. As much as society may think of you otherwise, we love you. We're here to support you in any way, shape, or form.
And Dear Black Men is kind of open-ended because we don't know what there's no words after.
No.
So there's a lot of things that could be said. Dear Black Men, this, that. Talk to me about that a little bit.
Yeah, so basically what it is, it's Dear Black Men, and you put your own quote to it because everybody feels differently. The way I may feel about black men may not be the way another woman or another male or another individual feels. So basically I didn't want to put Dear Black Men and something after it because I feel like you should be able to express yourself the way you want to, because for I look at it like society's been telling us what to do, what to say, how to move. So it's about time that we as a collective, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that are going through it, not the media, not anybody else. It's us and the communities that are dealing with it. So I look at it like, what do you want to say to the black men out here? What do you feel like they need to hear? So it's an opportunity for people to express the way that they feel, not the way that Brooklyn feels or the way you may feel.
Right. That's powerful. With that said, we got to go to a break, but we'll be back with Hope in the Six. Dear black men, Brooklyn, where Brooklyn at?
Right here.
Definitely.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Dear black men, I feel like I'm the only person that's speaking out about this, and I need my local heroes as men to speak out on this as well. The ignorancy has gone to a different level. Do you understand? Yesterday was not the time nor the place for any of that. Do you understand? It was a historical moment that our city was trying to enjoy.
You just saw pandemonium, people just running everywhere, people screaming, and I guess it filtrated as soon as it said shooting.
We were kind of pushed up against a wall, so we just had people squish us, like we had nowhere to go. Even if you wanted to exit, you couldn't. We were just literally stuck.
Everyone was just trampling over each other. There were kids who fell down too. Everyone was just trying to get out, pushing people.
I need to scratch my head because I need my local heroes to speak up and speak out and say enough is enough. I'm tired of only being the voice of reason, and we need more voices of reason. These young men are getting out of control, and it's not even summertime yet. Do you understand?
Welcome back to Hope in the Six. I'm your host, Eddie Martinez, and we got the lovely Brooklyn. Now, that triggered you, eh? You went off, but it was good. But it felt like mama, you know what I'm saying? I was like, listen, no, this ain't gonna happen. But you spoke out, you speaking to the masses. So
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy that clip.
Yeah.
You know, an angry woman just saying, listen, this is it, scratching your head and everything. You know what I'm saying? So talk to me about that, because I guess that game triggered another part of you too.
Yeah, it was one of those things where, you know, I heard about it. You know, every time a shooting goes down or something, somebody will send me a clip because they know I rant and I do all those type of stuff, and I'm a community activist, so they're always sending me stuff. So when I seen that, I was just like, I was disgusted, because I was just like, it was a historical moment for the city. And you know what I mean? It's like they already have hockey, they already have baseball. What do we have? We have ball. And the one thing that we have, you guys had to ruin it. And then come to find out, it wasn't one of us. Right. It was a white a Caucasian individual that actually did that. Right. But they still reprimanded a couple youth that had guns on them at the end of the day. Right. But at the end of the day, we were still inside the malls doing stabbings outside, fighting and doing stuff. So at the end of the day, even though the one time we didn't shoot up a place, we were still in the wrong for other things as well that took place on that day. So at the end of the day, yes, I'm going to talk about it because dear black men, we need to do better. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, there was kids down there was elderly people, there was mothers. Come on, that was not the time nor the place for any of that.
So now what happened is that anytime something go on, we automatically think it's a black person.
Yeah, feel me.
We already created a image already, so they automatically like, oh, a black guy. Some things in life we see like black men ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know, like, for sure certain things we don't do. You know what I'm saying? But that one is those type of things we like. Violence is come predominantly in our culture. You know what I'm saying? So dear black men to address that. But that was very crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it was big celebration. Toronto first time. You know.
Yes. It was
Shout out to the Raptors, even though Kawhi is leaving. But you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I could have told you guys that he was leaving. I'm a basketball fan. I've been a basketball fan since Duke. Since Grant Hill days and stuff like that. So I've been watch ball. And one thing I stay saying about Toronto is that we always let go of our star players. Tracy McGrady, Damon Stoudemire, Vince Carter, the list goes on and on, Bosch. And for some odd reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know if you guys can't pay them, what it is, but
I think he had his mind set to leave already, man.
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, Toronto, we got to look at it like he did promise us a W, a championship, and that's what he did, just like LeBron did when he went to Cleveland. So you can't really get mad and burn his jerseys and do the most, but yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't burn the jersey. That's a little bit too
far.
You know
what is her name? White Becky or something like that on Insta on
That's
Six
what
Buzz?
to LeBron as well. You can't hate, but only my thing with that before we change the subject is the fact that you're a champion. You got to defend your championship. You can't just leave.
Well, you have
the crown and you just leave.
You kind of have to remember he was a champion before he got to the team. No, I know,
but Toronto now is a champion. So
I know.
So you leave the team now. Are we still the champions? Like,
no.
It's kind of weird.
I can answer that for you guys.
It's kind of weird.
No.
So it's like back to the drawing board. But shouts out to Kawhi, the whole Raptors team, and all the fans, the angry ones and the happy ones. You know what I mean?
Six Buzz is gonna have a field day with this one.
We probably should mail him a dear black man still. You know, dear
seriously.
Black man, Kawhi, what's up? You know what I'm
dear
saying?
Black man, come back, Mr. Leonard. We need you, bro.
Yeah, man. But on another note, but this is very powerful. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad to see you even grow. I see you grow. I'm watching you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like stalking, but I'm like, I'm there, like, you know, because this show is about supporting everybody who's doing something. Because hope in the Six is about what's out there. And a lot of people think there's nothing out there. I was at a play recently, and a young man was like, there's no hope, there's no hope. I'm like, nah, there is. You know what I'm saying? So I got to step my game up to make this season even go viral or whatever, that more people could see, because you're doing something, zero gun violence, communities for zero violence. So many different organizations are doing things. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Even our officer, I had TP, shout out to TP Swift. I had him on the show, and he's showing up as the black cop, and he get a little flagging for being around communities and being all happy-go-lucky. Because, you know what I mean, police got to have a certain image. Yeah. But he's breaking that stereotype, and he's out in the communities doing big things. You know what I'm saying? So that needs to be, people need to see that, because we even have a prejudice against officers and stuff like that. So Hope in the Six is to display all the people, the warriors out there. You know what I'm saying? You call for the men, but I got to call for the Superwoman right now. You know what I'm saying? Or the Wonder Woman. Come on the show and let people know what you're doing and how you feel. This is powerful. You know what I'm saying? That's what Hope in the Six is about.
Yeah, there's a lot of women that, shout out to my powerful women that are out there. You know what I mean? Like I also had a round table discussion with a bunch of beautiful entrepreneurs, young women that are doing positive things that are in their community as well. And there's a lot of women that, like, for instance, Coca-Leah, Destiny, you know, the list goes on and on of women who pat me on the back every day. You know, my girl Century Sam, that, you know, she pat me on the back and say, Brooklyn, you're doing an amazing job. Keep it up, no matter what people say. And stuff like, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So, you know, even at work, I do the motivational Tuesdays where I used to send out messages to all the women that are in my phone and stuff like that, and just send them a powerful message for that day, because, you know, a lot of my friends are moms and stuff like that, and it's hard, you know, and a lot of them are dealing with their youth in the streets and stuff like that. So just sending them a powerful message, I feel like, you know, makes their day, and I try to surround myself with powerful people every single day.
Beautiful. And when I go do visits in the jails and prisons, stuff like that, I see a lot of mothers there and girlfriends. You see very little men.
You won't catch me there.
You know what I'm saying? So, nah, that's what I'm saying. Because I was talking to a co-worker, you know what I mean? Shouts out to Aaron, you know, Team Hope, you know, and I was like, listen, that's what they want. Like, this is ideal for, like, you want your man to be in bars, you come seeing them. that's the image. That's what you grew up with your mama and you from a little girl, and you know what I'm saying. And this is what you want, like to go to, you know what I'm saying. And it's no disrespect because I'm here to help offenders and stuff like that. However, this is not a good look. You know what I'm saying. I talk to the youth and I say, listen, your mom crying. You know what I mean? Especially when I see the Muslims, they wrapped up and they spiritual people. Facts. What they doing in the prison, like that's so hurt. I seen like an army. So it kind of, this ain't the mosque though. This is court and this is prison. So when I seen it, I'm like, this is so bad.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, yo. When shout out to all my Muslims, I love them. I love them. I love them so much. When they roll, everyone thinks that when black people, when we roll together, we roll in. No, they roll and they support every single. No matter what it is, they're supporting. And I remember when my brother was incarcerated and I went to visit him once. And I went there and the way they violated me, I cried and I went. And when I see my brother, he looked at my face. He's like, yo, sis, why you crying? And I said, yo, bro, I'm never coming back here, bro. They violated me and made me feel like I did something wrong, the way that they were searching me and treating me like I was a prisoner. And I was like, yo, bro, at the end of the day, you already know what time it is. I'll put money on your books, do all that. I'll write you letters, but coming and seeing you in this environment and then seeing little kids crying and the moms on the side, like that's not a look that I want. So anybody that I talk to, I let them know, like, you go to the bin, B, I'm that shorty that I'll answer your phone calls, but for me to go there, I can't. So I don't know how.
It's very hard. It's very emotional, and that's why Dear Black Men get some people to address that issue. You know what I'm saying? Get some kids.
Seriously.
I grew up with my father behind bars. You know what I'm saying? In prison, so. But it motivated me, you know what I'm saying? But not everybody is able to overcome that. They, they become victim of the system as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I did opposite, you know what I mean? But that's the fuel that fires me right now, you know what I'm saying? But he been in prison. I had to go see my father in prison as a little boy, you know what I mean? What'd that do for you mentally? And other stuff too, but I'm not going to go into that.
No, that's crazy though.
So yeah, it's not a good look. You know
no, but you could have turned a different page in the book. You feel me? That's what a lot of people fail to understand. You don't have to become a statistic or you don't have to follow in your parents' footsteps. Just because your mom got pregnant at 16 don't mean that you got to do it. Just because your dad got incarcerated doesn't mean that you have to do the same. It's about opening, you know what I mean? Having that mindset that, you know what, I got to do better for myself, not only for me, but when you have kids, you're going to have to be that positive role model. So if your parents are not positive role models, somebody in that house got to be a role model and, stand up and say, you know what, I'm going to do better, because if my mom and my dad can't fix their mistakes, guess what? I'm going to make sure that I don't make the same mistakes they do.
And I don't want to use it as a crutch. You know what I'm saying?
Or an excuse.
Yeah, because people now, I had a conversation the other day and the young man is saying about how the barriers. I could never discredit that, man. We got so much things against us. The color of our skin.
Facts. You don't have to tell me
that.
Other
things, you know what I'm saying? However, that ain't going to stop me. I seen a blind man the other day. And this blind man's walking through downtown Toronto with his little stick, got his shopping bag, and he about to go on the bus. Like, that ain't stopping him. You hear me? This blind man, nothing ain't stopping him. But he blind, because if I'm blind, I'm done. Like, I don't think I could go on with life. You know what I'm saying? It take an inner strength. But the point of that example is that this man is blind, and he's not letting it stop him from going shopping, walking around. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got the blind man in this big, there's millions of people in this city. You know what I'm saying? How did he do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, Dear Black Men, and you say call them for heroes, how can you do this? How do you do it? You know what I'm saying? How do you do it? We're going to talk about how do you do it. You know what I'm saying? When we come back after these few messages, hoping to 6. Brooklyn.
Yep.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community.
Welcome back to Hope in the Six. Dear Black Man. On behalf of Dear Black Man, I'm going to read an article. This is from the prison, cell count. It's 4 prisoners, ex-prisoners, and their families. And now I use this on the show for people to hear it on a bigger scale, right?
Okay.
So cell count, shout out to cell count and Pasan. And Dear Black Man, so I'm going to read some historical element because this story is powerful and this is the first platform right now, so let's do it big, right? So this is by Christ Kennedy, and it's called Black History in America. That's the original topic on the other page. But I'm gonna read a little bit of it. I can't read the whole thing, but it's very powerful. The day after Martin Luther King was shot, the memory of the Watts riot still fresh. James Brown Boston Garden concert was televised nationwide by the Johnson administration to maneuver the black community into staying home to watch the concert on TV. I want you to comment on this a little bit, right? Rather than protest in the streets. Anyone who may have been inclined to take it to the streets in protest against the wrongful shooting of a popular black leader was invited to watch his television set where injustice carried out against his own community was promptly dulled by the appearance of a black man playing rock and roll on white television, and so ended the civil rights movement maneuver to get us away from that civil rights movement, right? Since the brutality that opposed the activism of the freedom riders and peaceful protesters in Montgomery brought sympathy to the plight of the black community. State violence was unlikely to quell the protest once they started. Better tactics were needed to keep lawful social activism from becoming an effective means of change. And when the riot police and their attack dogs proved to be too bloody to remain effective, an alternative dream was provided to break up the civil rights movement. What better dream could be afforded to disband a united community than fame, when fame is the only public resource that is wanted by all but cannot be equitably shared? What America fears most is an educated, organized black community armed with the truth to fire its anger. Television and its obvious power to influence the people became the stage which divided the community, like slaves who worked in the master's house versus in the fields. But instead of all the slaves in the field cotton picking, feeling resentment for the pampered house slaves, youth of today can look up to, admire, and wish to emulate the rich, glamorous pop idols they see on TV that look like them and come from the same ghettos as them. Art's power to control life was experienced with the power of media to control the images and backstories of the selected few stars who glamorized, idolized, and mostly importantly imitated so that the kids watching them can, by the pipe rich dream, pop stars who shun education and slam honest labor, TV, commercial, radio, and Hollywood promote the ghetto life in music videos, movies for kids to see their favorite artists and believe that what they need to do to attain the easily life of fame, fortune, and glory is to become gangsters, slinging crack, pimp hoes, flash their rocks, bejeweled pipes in their own poverty-stricken neighborhoods, while dozens are plucked from poverty, shown life beyond the tracks, and kept tethered to the promoters by promise of successful life if they stay in line, while being reminded that the tragic endings of Tupac and Biggie, the glamorous image of the few seen by very many, encourage millions of young kids from ghettos to take a fast-track life so they don't have to go through the education system. Just go through they see people on TV, they could take the shortcut to fame and riches, right? So I'm gonna skip down because there's a lot. But boy, this is very powerful. MTV has seen black-on-black violence escalated since its inception. By promoting uneducated black artists who rise from the ghetto, uneducated black kids wishing to attain the status of their heroes throw the dice at life on the streets, shun school themselves, and look for respect from their peers as they maneuver to compete against each other in the crack-infested, gun-addicted neighborhoods. The common opposer of poverty remains faceless. The common opposer of poverty remains faceless. Freedom is dreamed is dreamed of in pop songs which encourage the disenfranchised to brutalize each other, reaching for the slender crust of the pie. I'm going to skip down a little bit more because time. So while black Africans see America as the oasis from their plight of poverty, African Americans, African Canadians as well, throw away their birthright to free basic education, honest employment, the Black Panther Party and the other civil rights leaders fought for in the 60s for the mirage of hip-hop fame. Gone are the freedom songs, replaced by powerful voice of hip-hop, which fractured into seeking individuality, the one that once united the community, formerly had its eye on equality. That's a lot to swallow, and I had to just read most of it because this show is to really, so dear black men, the hip-hop community, because now at the end it was talking about now where the culture was talking about the streets. Before the hip-hop was always talking about the struggle and everything, but then it became to a glamorized.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, we're suffering in the system, fight the power, and all these things to talk about, the oppression and the oppressors, now it became to glorify, I sell dope. I got my stash in the, and everybody, my gun is on the, I got a shooter in the, you understand what I'm saying? Now the problem with that for me, because it's not even fighting for your rights, your shooter's going to shoot somebody who looks just like me or you.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? So I want you to talk about it a little bit before we go to break. So, I mean, it was a lot to dissect, but do you agree with the writer? Because right now, you don't have to agree, you agree or disagree, but if you agree or disagree, just elaborate a little bit.
I agree. Like what you said, like music nowadays, that's an outlet for people to express their feelings and things like that. A lot of the youth that I speak to that do music, and I ask them why, do you guys always talk about guns, drugs, women in derogatory terms and stuff like that? Like, why do you guys feel like that's cool? And they said, it's my life. This is what I grew up around, and which I kind of have to look at them. I can't really be mad because let's be real, that's what they're growing up around. Like, their neighborhoods are not squeaky clean. Right. You understand what I mean? So they're basically rapping about what they see and what their lifestyle is about. Back in the day, they used to also rap about what their lifestyle was about. Right. So everyone has to realize that as a generation, every generation is not the same. As much as we want rap to be real rap, let's be honest, it's about trap, it's about how much money you make, blah 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 blah. That's what the culture wants right now. Right. So they're feeding into what people want opposed to being their authentic self. So now that's why now the writer was talking about the TV and the media. Yeah. Media capitalize on it because they're the rich ones. After you see this guy rich for a few years and he's broke, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I seen some artists that was famous, you know what I'm saying? And I see them in some poverty situation now, and it's like, oh my God, you did a song with Jay-Z. How you broke? Like, and a lot of artists, guess what happened? So the media, they promote them, they get big for a little bit, they don't balance their money, they don't budget, they don't do nothing, because they're uneducated in those areas. Yeah. And they end up poor after a few years, man. So there's not no longevity. No, it's facts. So there's a reality to be addressed. And the writer now, what he was saying is like, listen, social media, they glorify these things. Yes, this is my life, but if I keep saying it, what's going to happen now? Think about your kid, your mom saying you a worthless child and keep telling you that. Are you going to believe it? Or are you going to believe, oh, no, I'm not worthless. She's lying. I'm this. No, I believe it's the mindset that you have. Right. Like, you understand what I mean? If somebody was to say that to me, that's for me, I hate when people tell me I'm going to fail before I even try. Don't do that. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to prove you wrong 100%. But what about those that are not leaders? Because you have a leadership spirit. What I would say is you have to be around people that are positive. That's the only thing that I can say, because at the end of the day, if you have a weak mindset, you have to have people that have a strong mindset that is positive to let you know your wrongs, your rights, and all of that. You don't need yes. I tell people all the time, you don't need yes men around you. You need people that are real with you 100%. And as the people that I rock with, they're true. You understand what I mean? So there's a lot of people that don't, as people may say, they don't have backbone, they're this, they're that, but at the same time, that just may be their personality. My personality is different from yours. You understand what I mean? And we clearly seen that at the meetings that you were at. So guess what happened? No, but there's some similarities as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why but that's what I like about you. You do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I seen the T-Talk. I see the WeTV stuff. Shout out to the WeTV. Worldwide Entertainment TV. Yes. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Kevin and the crew. You know what I'm saying? But you at least have a balance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not saying don't go to the party or whatever. Everybody do themselves and don't have fun. Have fun. Yeah. Do you, but have a balance. At the end of the day, you got a message you trying to
let people know, like, yo,
Facts.
stop killing each other. Stop.
Facts.
So you're gonna say stuff. You're gonna have fun as well.
Yeah.
So I respect that. We gotta go to a break though.
Okay,
so we're gonna
not a problem.
go to a break and we'll be back though. We got a lot to say. Brooklyn, dear black men.
Yes.
With so many newspapers within the community, it's sometimes hard to tell what separates us from the rest. Most of the time, they all brag about the same thing. You know, the large circulations, tons of online views, and it can go on and on. But what really separates the Toronto Caribbean newspaper apart from everybody else? Well, it's simple. Our service. No, seriously. Hi, I'm Grant Browning, founder and CEO of the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. I have over 20 years of branding and marketing experience, and I've worked with countless companies and corporations to do one thing, and that is to raise their profits with their brand. With over 40 years of combined experience in branding and marketing, our amazing staff is fully prepared to sit down and figure out exactly what you need to stand out from your competitors.
The reason why you don't see that anymore is because
the ad is too powerful, bring too much people.
So what are you waiting for? Give us a call today. We'll be happy to help.
Dear black man, you show me that complete devotion equals to heartbreaks and tears. You taught me that no matter how much I invest in you with time, money, and actions, I will be the cold-hearted witch as we part ways when your cup has finally overflowed. Dear black man, I learned to demolish any feelings after a few weeks so my walls can repair itself. Once I sensed it had already displayed cracks. I learned to become selfish and keep my wealth to myself and lie that there is nothing to give. Dear black man, I still want to love you, even when the now that keeps me alive has become poison with your flaws. I would still speak out and cover my body over yours as bullets decorate my back for practice, as you cry out to spare your life after disposing mine. I had aborted bloodlines at your command, yet will still birth nations to continue your lineage. Black man, I will never allow outsiders to put you down, even after you deem me as worthless, because my love is unconditional for my black men. I guess I'm under the influence of chocolate high. Dear black man, I crave and seek for you, like an orphan praying for their parents to resurrect what was impossible to stop a generational curse. Dear black man, I still love you, and always love you. Stop shattering my reflection, and then call me broken. Dear black man.
Shout out to Glow's Dear Black Man. That's
Yo.
you, Dear Black Men. You know what I'm saying? You started this. There's a revolution coming. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. I'm sorry, but I know you made that, but that might have to be our first commercial.
Of course, we can work with it.
Facts.
But
I love
you know,
that.
Dear Black Men is the topic. So
I love that, man.
We're gonna address that. But I don't know. You probably lost train of thought because we went to a break. You know what I'm saying? Because you were about to fire it up. You know what I'm saying? But before we went to break, we were talking about just the music and the media, how because you have people behind and they kind of instigate stuff. Even back in the days when I was younger and the Tupac Biggie, it was more it was a media East Coast West Coast thing because it was a personal problem that turned to a global, like half of America. You know what I'm saying? Against the other half. So a lot of stuff is fueled by magazines and media
and people.
And, you know what I'm saying? So. That's what the writer was coming from. So shouts out to the writer, Christ Kennedy, because they touched a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And though it's talking about Black America, it trickled over here. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of running from slavery, everybody came to Canada.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And then the birth of another nation evolved, and still music. And the music is influenced highly by those artists over there. You know what I'm saying? But the same culture, because same poverty is everywhere, right? So you see a lot of people rising up, and there's so much anger towards situations, but the killing, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't glorify. When I was young, I used to rap about that too, because I was a gangster rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
you know
what I'm saying?
That's what you grew up
I used
around.
to know. I used to talk about drugs and killing people,
Yeah.
and I was an angry black man. You know what I'm saying? I was really, but I was only angry at people that look like me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a problem right there. Why is that? What created that? Of course, my situation, poverty, my dad in prison, dope boys. You know what I'm saying? So many things that trigger that, but a lot of people face that. However, if we don't change the narrative, like Louis, shouts out to Louis, always say, change the narrative. If we don't change the narrative, that's why Dear Black Men is so precious to me. Because now it's like, even, and it's so powerful because you didn't even put what, Dear Black Men what? You know what I'm saying? So it's like so many people, like this young lady expressed her, shouts out to Gloria Glows, she expressed her emotional attachment and say, listen, but she still said, but I love you. So it's not even like just trying to beat down, but we're trying to make people see from another perspective. You know what I'm saying? So talk about that a little bit. seeing from a different perspective.
From a different perspective, I would say I agree 1,000%. The media, when it comes to the media, it's just like when the gentleman, the counselor called the residents of Jane and Finch cockroaches. I went on a rant about that too, and I let him know, like, yo, bro, at the end of the day, you don't live where we live. You feel me? You don't have to go through what we have to go through every single day, no matter what. At the end of the day, we as a community, where are you guys when we're having community barbecues? You understand what I mean? Like, these are the things that I'm talking about. It's like, you guys portray us as black people to be so negative, but we are positive, joyful, happy. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things where it's like, if you come in somebody's personal space, obviously you're going, somebody, you know what I mean? People are going to come at you because you're coming in their personal space. But don't portray us to be so negative all the time, because we're really not. Like yourself, like myself, like other people that are there. There's full stories behind it, like the Denim Browns, like the Chris Woods, my boy Chris. You understand what I mean? Like, these guys are doing such great things. Femi Lawson's, the Dookie Dukes, my boy Dookie. You understand what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, we have positive people, but it's like, when you listen to the media, or, you know, social media nowadays is like a killer. You understand what I mean? And it's like, people go for what is hot right now. And the trend is basically like police brutality, you know, shootings and things like that. So people are going to rock with what's going on, and who's going to change it? Us. And that's why I said, we as a collective, we can't sit here and blame the white man, as everyone says, for everything, because at the end of the day, we have to take responsibilities for our actions and actually say, you know what, even though the white man has done this to us, what are we going to do to change that? You understand what I mean? We have to support each other. It's about supporting. If a next man has a business, you rather go and spend $1,000 on a Gucci belt that a white man has has made, but your friend who's selling a shirt for $20, you want half price on the shirt.
And not to cut you, but free advertisement.
You
we
feel
like
me?
Gucci or whatever, Louis. We promoting these things, and they making billions because but that's free. You know how much money you can make for a commercial? So a lot of that. But we gotta cut. But before we cut, I wanna before I go to this quick break, I wanna just let you highlight your social media handles.
So my social media handles on Snapchat is Brooklyn Honey 4. On Instagram, it's Brooklyn Honey 23. On Facebook, it's Brooklyn H Watson. Holla at me. And I'm also on Worldwide Entertainment TV. Follow us on Instagram as well.
Bless. We got a little quick break. Welcome to Hope in the Six. I'm your host, Eddie Martinez.
We are the North. We are the strong and free. Love is our symphony. The city beats inside me. Lift every voice. Let it be heard and seen. Love is our symphony. Toronto beats inside me.
My name is Shola Olamokwa. I'm the founder of Direct Your Life, and I'm Hope in the Six.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm the street youth services lawyer, and I am Hope in the Six.
Police Constable Dale Smith, and I am.
My name is Jason Farkason, and I'm a youth worker, and I am Hope in the Six.
Shaq, and I am Hope in the Six. I'm Cameron, and I'm Hope in the Six. My name's Ramsey, and I'm Hope in the Six.
We are Toronto, united we stand, hand to hand, let's go, 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 go.
Hey everybody, it's the one and only Brooklyn, your host, yes, and I'm on the 6. What is it? Sorry, Hope in the Six. Sorry, y'all. And before we go, we have a spectacular performance by the one and only The Dying Thief. So I am waiting. I can't wait. So let's go. Let's get him.
Let's go. Ba-da-dung dang dung dang dung dang wow. Ba-da-dung dang dung dang dung dang wow. Ba-da-dung dang dung dang dung dang wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, thief on the cross. I was hanging with the boss. He told me hold off before he let me go off. Then I came off of the cross. I washed my blood stains off. First destination, we the North, home of the Raptors, town of the Maple Leafs. If they ask you who I be, tell them the dying thief. Permanent resident, straight out of tenement. Heart that is penitent. Catch me in my element, my element, my element. Woo. Talking about the hard life, we know. Woo. Talk about the sufferings, We know.
We know.
Talk about the heartache. We know.
We
Talk
know.
about the same old struggle. Oh, there's no room in the end for me. There's no love for my kin for me. I heard one die for my sins for me. The best thing any could I do for me. I never had to run. Ku Klux shouldn't have to run from a black man. I never had to run from a, and I shouldn't have to run. Black man, yeah. See me hanging on the east side. See me hanging on the west side, west side, west side. Dying thief. Check it out. Mean streets, rap beefs, police, rap beats, rap sheets, trap beats, cold sport, map lease, at least, lost boys, back streets, cop car, cab seats, locked up, mat leaf, beef like patties, taste these, pastries, watch these, waste these, he squeeze, he sneeze, at you, cold heart, so dark, so smart, Mozart, animals, no arc, no arc, no arc. Thank y'all for watching. Bless me, mighty Father, bless me, so that they can curse me, bless me, hope
me.
in the 6th.
Yes,
Brooklyn.
Yo, it was amazing. That was
Thank
fire,
you for watching.
though. Yo, next time I'm coming, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be prepared, have my raps ready.
All right. I know you got bars. Thank you for watching. Hope in the 6th.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I'm gonna be okay. I will fear no evil, that will my rod and my staff. I'm gonna be okay. Thou preparest a table before me in front of my enemies. I'm gonna be okay. Thou anointed my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. All on my shoulder, I'm a soldier, thought I told you. But with Jehovah, so nobody can test. Every day of my life, I'm blessed. Yes.